everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, hello, my name is Sam. It's lovely to meet you. If you're not new around here, welcome back to the fun house. So I really wanted to dive back into the Odens collection. I've already done like a first impressions on this collection, swatches, a look with each palette. If you want to go and check that out, then please do so. Go and give that video some love. But yeah, I thought that over the next couple of days, I'm going to sit and film some looks, might combine the palettes, I'm not too sure yet. But if you're interested, then don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future uploads. So for those of you that have been living under a rock, these are the three palettes that came out from Odens. We have the Flora story, which is currently sold out, and I know they're doing a restock on March the 25th. I think it's March the 25th. I'll have that information linked down below, but once it sells out, they won't be bringing it back. This is what the Flora story palette looks like. Then we have, this is in collaboration, with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. Then we have the Sea Talk palette, which is Lauren May Beauty. That's what she looks like. And then Batty Bean did the palette Spirit palette, and that is what she looks like. So I figured I might just dive into them all, you know. I think I'm going to start out with the Sea Talk palette, and we're going to dive into the navy blue, which is called Night Swim. I'm just going to start by packing this on to the outer corner and seeing where this takes us. I feel like this might be a bit of a colourful look. I don't know. I've primed my eyes with my Kiko eye base. I'm using the Cosmic brushes, by the way, today. I can link those down below, but I'm pretty sure they're sold out at the minute, but I think they'll be back in stock. But yeah, I'm loving these brushes. I don't know what it is about them. They're really good brushes. They're really good quality as well for the price. And Cosmic Brushes is a UK indie brand. So, just going to pat that on and get all the pigment that I want from it. These shades are very, very pigmented. So, yeah, basically. And I'm just going to start to tickle the edges and work on a little bit of a blend. It doesn't have to be perfect to begin with, because I always go over my shades at the end to make sure everything is as I want it. Yeah, just look at that. Super pigmented, absolutely love it. Yeah, that kind of got a little bit more blown out than what I firstly anticipated, but it's okay. Then we're going to go into Batty Bean's palette, and we're going to go in with this beautiful green. We're going to go in with the shade Kingdom, and I'm just going to stamp that like literally, oops, right next to this blue shade. Do I think that this is going to work? I have absolutely no idea. I do love green and blue eyeshadow. I'm hoping that these two are kind of blending nicely. There's a lot of kickback in these shadows, so if that's something that you don't like, I thought I'd make you very aware that there is a hell of a lot of kick up. It doesn't bother me, but I know it does bother some people. But yeah, it's just blended into that green really nicely. I don't know whether to keep with that palette now. I want to do like a purple next, and obviously I was going to go in to the Flora Story palette. Sticking with the same brush, just going to dust that off. Yeah, I was going to go into the Flora Story palette, but do I stay with the Planet Spirit? No, I'm gonna go in with this one, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Azalea, however you say it. Just that brush off a little bit more. And I might need to take like maybe Clover to help bridge them together, but we'll see. It's like such a muted purple, but it's so pretty. It's just so stunning. I love it. It's actually blending into that green quite nicely, but I will probably take a little bit of just that shade Clover, just so we can get like a seamless blend. I'm just going to take that down into the inner corner as well. I find because I'm swiping it on, it probably doesn't look like the shade, but if you pack this on, I used it in my first look, and it's just such a pretty purple. You've got more of like a grey undertone. It's just so beautiful. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I'm just going to dip into the shade Clover, which is the name of my rabbit. I'm just going to help to bridge those two together. And then I'm going to go back through my shades and make sure everything is blended how I want it, and then we're just going to stick some shimmer on the lid, I think. So before we go and do any shimmer, I'm going to do the lower lash line. I think I'm just going to keep it like how it is at the moment. I might do a bit of a brighter purple. Yeah, we're just going to stick that on. So I'm just going back into the shade Night Swim, and we're just going to stamp and add that on and connect it to the other shade. But if you're thinking everything looks a little bit crazy at the minute, you'll be right. Yes, I'm just going to go through the shades and add them on, blend them all into one another. I was going to add a different purple, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to keep it as it is at the moment, just to tie it in all nicely together. Oh, pick up the right shade, Sam. And then we're going to go and add some shimmer on the lid. Do I know what shimmer I'm adding? Absolutely not. For the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Dawn out of the Flora Story palette. Just spray my brush just because that's how they worked out better for me last time. Such a pretty colour. It's just so pretty. Oh. I love how these colours just instantly change when they're on top of a matte base. Just going to stick with that at the moment. Kind of bring it up a little bit into the lid. I'm going to go in with that bright green from the not the Sea Talk palette, from Batty Bean's palette. So I think I'm going to need a green to kind of bridge into it. So I'm just going to pick up the shade Best Buds. I think this might work. I don't know. I could just be making it up. Just before we get into the green. Let's pick up that green. That's the shade Familiar. I'm going to pick that up on a Refa 28. And I will spray it, but I haven't got my makeup done or anything, so fallout wouldn't particularly bother me at this stage. Now, if you watched my review, I didn't care for the shades out of the Batty Bean palette. Not the shades, the shimmers. They're the ones that I used anyway, just because they just didn't really do it for me. But yeah, I'm just gonna... That green is a lot nicer though than the ones that I used in the first video. Just gonna pop that mostly on my lid, I think, to be honest. Yeah, it's a lot more sparkly than the other ones that I used. I don't know what it was, but they just weren't doing it for me. But I didn't use the green one in my first look. Oh, I love that. Then I'm going to flip my brush over and I'm going to go back into the Z-Talk palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Ocean Jewel, and that's just going to help to blend into that blue, I hope, she says. That's so pretty. Is this look what I had in mind today? No, absolutely not. But do I like how it's turning out? Absolutely. That's the fun of makeup. It's just, you just need to do what you feel like doing. I feel like this inner corner is a little bit too pink. That could be a bit of a problem. I'm going to take the shade Mermaid Scale from this palette and just add it to the inner corner, just because I feel like it's a little bit too pink. So I'm just going to pop that right on top, just to bring a little bit more green into the inner corner, because it wasn't really matching, because I've pretty much covered all of that purple shade now that we had going on. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And I think that might be the finished look. Do I want to put any shimmer on the lower lash line? Yeah, I think I'm just going to go in with the shade Magnolia. And just add that to the lower lash line. So I'm going to now hop off camera, do my base makeup, because that's going to be another video where I'm testing all the current products that I'm absolutely loving, and then we'll come back. I'll make sure everything is all seamless and blended, and yeah, then we'll be right back for the finished look. Here is completed look number 1. I really love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm glad that I got to use all 3 of the palettes. That was really, really good. And let's dive into look number 2. We're all zoomed in. I'm ready to film the second look. We're going to the cinema tonight. I know, that's why I'm sat here in a hoodie. We're going to the cinema. We're going to go and watch Scream. I don't know why I do this to myself. I absolutely hate horror films with a passion. But my boyfriend really loves them. And, I like to treat him, be the nice girlfriend that I am, from time to time. So, we're doing like a cinema look. And I really just wanted to do something really neutral, simple, quick, easy, so I can shoot off out the door. So I'm going to dive into the Z-Talk palette. We're just going to use this palette today. I'm mainly going to stick to these 4 shades over here, so I haven't used any of those yet. I might put Electric Kelp in the inner corner. I don't know. We might. We'll see. We'll see how we go. To see where the world takes us. But yeah, that's kind of how we're going to roll today. We're going to basically start out with the shade Dolphin Tail. And I'm going to use this as a transition shade. It would help if I've got the right brush. Prime with P. Louise, taking my Refa 14, and I'm going to go into that shade Dolphin Tail. Just making sure my brush is clean. And this is going to be our transition shade for today. Like I said, just want to keep it like really nice and neutral. Neutral's not me, like, at all. If you're new around here, I am a bright colour lover, but I do like to, you know, to go neutral sometimes. Especially on, like, the days like today where it's just, you know, quick and simple and easy. I really like that cool tone. This Dolphin Tail is such an unusual shade. Like, it appears like it's going to be like a brown, but it's like a really cool toned brown, but it's just like a grey. And it is, I think they really nailed this shade, to be quite honest. I have had 2 parcels come today as well, so I'm going to be filming those over the weekend. Yeah, I don't really know which one I'm going to film with first. That's what I was trying to think of. I have absolutely no idea. The hair is just the situation at the moment, guys. I just haven't had time to, you know, sort it out. It's a mess. We all know. I absolutely love that shade though. It's really nice. It's just one of those unusual shades, you know, when you just get like a palette and you just get really one of those really unusual in the like the Blend Bunny. What's that? Is it Storm Ahead? Like, that one's such an unusual shade as well. I really like that. That reminds me of this shade. It's just how it just pulls on the eye. It's just really weird. I really like it though. So yeah, just gonna keep blending this out until I'm happy, and then we'll go in and add a crease shade. So for the crease shade, I'm going to use the shade Driftwood down here, which is kind of like a burgundy. I feel like this is going to be another unusual one as well. I'll pack that on to the outer corner and blend it through. But I just feel like it's just going to be unusual. It's just like it's really nice though. I really like when shades are just unusual, do you know what I mean? It just makes the palette that much more interesting. Oh, it's blended so nice as well into that previous shade. I'm going to take it all the way in, just about 3/4. That's just blended in like effortlessly. Do I want to pack it up? Pack it up. Do I want to pack it on? Should we add a little bit more, see whether we can get a little bit more depth? I mean, you could probably go in with the navy blue over the top of that. That would be really interesting as well, to kind of see how they would pair together. But no, I'm really loving how this, it doesn't, like, the outer packaging doesn't remind me of the colour, but it's just, you know what I mean? Like, you expect to open this palette and just be swarmed with like blues and like all tropical colours, but this is what sells a palette, you guys, because it's just got a bit of everything in it for everybody. I'm really surprised. I think that this one and the Flora Story were definitely the most popular. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to make sure that these are blended as I want them to be, and then I'll come back and I'm going to add some NYX glitter glue, because did I add NYX glitter glue when I did our first impressions? I don't think I did with any of the shades. So yeah, I want to add that today just because I want to see how that performs. I might have done, to be honest. I can't remember. So it's just took like minimal effort. So I'm just going to take some of my NYX glitter glue. Please don't look at the state of this because I know it's disgusting. but the lid like snapped off it like ages ago, and to be quite honest, I hadn't used all that much of it, so yeah, I think I've put too much on there. Let's just tap that all over where I have that blank space. Yeah, just something like that. I'll wipe that bit off. I'm going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera if you haven't already guessed. And then I'm going to go into Sunken Treasures to begin with. And then, oh, these are so soft. So soft. I'm just going to tap that right into, oh, that's so pretty. That's just such a pretty gold neutral. Oh, that's stunning, isn't it? See, when I say neutral, I still want those shimmers to be popping. I'm not a soft glam type of person. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Right, and then I'm going to go into the shade Smoky Pearl. And am I going to take that? Yeah, same finger. Just going to clean that off. And then this has got like a purpley reflect in it. I have all these shimmers swatched and everything, guys, on the first video that I did, so if you're interested in seeing all the swatches and stuff, definitely go ahead and check that out. Oh yeah, I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of that gold, what was it called, Sunken Treasure. I'm just going to make sure that these are blended nicely. No harsh lines. Yeah, and that's pretty much the look complete. Do I go in and risk doing a bright yellow inner corner? Do I do it? Do I do it? What do I do? I think we do it. I think we're going to have to do it, aren't we? We're just going to have to do it, you guys, because... So, the yellow is Electric Kelp. So, I'm just going to pick that up. This is like a really softly pressed shimmer. Like, it's kind of a bit of a putty type formula. I'm just going to spray it because it's going on the inner corner. And I haven't got any glue down or anything like that. And see how this goes. Okay, that's just brought a little bit of something to the look. Okay, that is, I'm actually really happy with that, and I feel like once my whole makeup look is done, I'm going to be loving that. So I'm going to hop off camera now, go and do the other eye and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and show you all completed look number 2. Now back with completed look number 2, all ready for the cinema. To wrap things up, I did use the Telescopic Lift mascara. No, I didn't use full sashes today. The Self lip liner, this was from her kit that she did last year. She did 2 kits with Revolution. This is the lightest one, and then I just topped it off with the fat oils that are now on sale in Superdrug, and this one is in the shade Follow Back from NYX. And yeah, I think that kind of wraps everything up. Just wanted to point out the hairstyle is a little bit, you know, it's a little bit dated, but I've been watching TikTok a lot, and there are so many young girls wearing their hair like this, and I'm like, is it making a comeback? Is this hairstyle making a comeback? So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know, get your own trends, because, you know, we did it better in the late 90s, early 2000s. You know, Spice Girls, Britney Spears. We definitely did it better. But it's absolutely fine that you brought it back. We don't mind. I'm glad that I can, you know, go around in my hair like this in my 30s. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. So if it's made a comeback, great. If it hasn't, I look stupid, then of course just let me know. And I'll see you all in look number 3. Third and final look, I'm going to use the Batty Bean palette today. This was the one that I liked least out of the whole 3. So I'm definitely going to give it another whirl. Let's have a look. I think I might do like a halo eye today. I think. Yeah, so I think I'm going to start out with the shade Sanctuary. And we're just going to stick that on the outer corner and the inner corner. I might try and deepen it up a little bit with the shade Pride. There's not much depth. I really like this colour though. I'm feeling very pinky today. Yeah, I really like this. Such a nice like strawberry pink shade. It's definitely a good spring palette, I think. I will be doing my spring palette recommendations soon, as soon as I get round to it. I've been super busy and it's on my agenda. I can't work with that mirror, it's way too small. Too small to fit me beginning. Yeah, so my spring palette collection is going to be coming up very soon. It is just the weather. I mean, the weather doesn't feel very springy to me. Even like it's even getting into spring. Like today on the school run, it just absolutely pissed it down, which was wonderful. Yeah, I'm just going to pack that on inner and outer corner and just slowly start to blend the edges. I'm going to go in with that lighter pink shade though, I think, to blend it out, but I do want to try and blend it out as much as I can just using the one shade. So just to keep working on that, packing it on and blending it out. I do love Odens Eye Mattes, like, just incredible. Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment then. I'm just going to keep packing it on and blending it out until I'm super happy. Now that has blended out, I was thinking, do I actually need to go in with another colour to blend it out? But I do want to, you know, try and use as many shades as possible, like I always do. So I'm going to go in with the shade Rescue, just ever so slightly, just to blend that out. See what that looks like. I'm going to go in, but very gently. You can see I'm barely touching the skin when I go in because I don't want to go in with a lot of pigment, and I will connect this up through the middle. I've just concentrated that on the inside at the moment. And then I'll dip in again, and the same again, just very lightly. I'm not looking for pigment, I'm looking to blend. And I'm going to do that over on the other side as well, but can you just see, like, it just added a little bit more pink to the top. Just to make sure that we've got no harsh lines, I'm just going to go in with a clean fluffy brush and just go around the top right here. No pigment or anything like that. I just want to make sure that there are no harsh lines. And you can be as brutal or as delicate as you want with this part, because it's just simply diffusing it. Can you see the difference? Like now there's none of this is like still harsh, and this one is just seamlessly kind of blended. That is what you want to look from shadows as well. When you're figuring out if a shade blends well, you want to you want to make sure that there's no harsh lines when you're going in with that clean fluffy brush. You see, no harsh lines. And then I'm going to go and try and add a little bit of this purple to kind of deepen it up a little bit. I don't think it'll work, but we'll try it anyway. So I'm going to go in with the shade Pride. I could have picked up a shade from another palette, but I want to stick to just using this one today. You don't have to like deepen it up. I mean, that is like, it's stunning as it is, but I just want to, yeah, it's definitely more brighter, if anything. I definitely don't think you're going to get any depth from this palette at all. So if you are somebody that doesn't like to, you know, have a palette as like a companion palette, you know, you straight up want to take this palette and be able to like run with it and basically, you know, do everything, but you like depth as well, this one might not be for you. It's very pretty. So I'm just going to go now, work through the shades, make sure that everything is blended how I want it to be. And then we will come back and add some shimmer. So shimmer wise, I don't know what to do. I really like this Animalia shade, but I kind of want to use Kindred again, just because I don't feel like it performed the best the first time I used it. So I kind of want to see how that performs. I think I picked it up with my finger before, so let's try and pick it up on a brush if I can find one. There we go. Let's try and pick it up on a brush, see whether it makes any difference. It's very pretty. It's quite sparkly, but it just didn't work out for me before. I'm going to pop it on the inner and outer portion here. It's definitely showing up a lot more pigmented now that it's going over the top of a matte. And then I think for centre, I don't know, do I go down the centre with Animalia and then top it off with, what is that shade called? Fauna. Or do I just go and use Fauna all down that centre of the lid? I think I might just do that. That's what it's looking like at the moment. Obviously I will go back in and obviously blend over it because at the minute it's looking a little bit harsh. We'll do that in a moment. So I'm going to go in with the beautiful, the multi-chrome in here. I do love this one. This is probably my favourite shade in the palette, to be quite honest. It's very soft, very smooth. And this is going to go all like down the centre. That's so pretty. It's definitely more on the toppery side, but I just love it. Like, I really love it. Let me know down below. I know Adept Cosmetics, oh, can you see the shift in that? I don't know if you can. Are getting rid of their Heather Austin palette, and I'm literally having a lot of FOMO with that palette because I don't know what it is. I really, like, I just love it, but at the same time I'm like, you know, is it going to bring anything new to my collection? Because obviously, you know, are people going to want to watch anything to do with that? This is definitely like a buildable formula, absolutely. I love it. I'm going to pop this on the inner corner as well. Like I say, I will go back through in a moment and, you know, sort that all out because it looks a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that bright pink onto the inner corner, just so that fauna's got a bit of a matte to go on top of. And that might help it like pop a little bit more. Oh my god, that is an inner corner just on its own. Wow, that would look amazing. Let's find a brush. Let's give it a good old swirl. Just hope that this makes it. Oh wow, yeah. Putting a matte underneath like a shimmer can just change the whole look like instantly. I don't know what to do on the lower lash line. I think I might go in with the purple. I mean, I could go in with the orange. I'll go with the orange because we haven't done that one. Shall we? Yeah, this whole Habitat. The shade that we're going to go in with. I'm just going to put this. Oh, look how bright that is. I mean, that is insane. All across the lower lash line. And then that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish everything off and make sure everything's blended and there's no harsh lines anywhere, and then I'll come back and show you all the completed look. Back with the third and final look. Of course, let me know down in the comments which has been your favourite. Again, this palette just, it hasn't done it for me, guys. I don't know, maybe I'm just not a pink person and I'm using a lot of pinks. I don't know. Like, let me know down below what you think. There's something about this palette that I just cannot get on board with. The shimmers are just, they're okay. They're just not as sparkly as the other ones. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, to round it up, I have used the Kaleidos Cactus Flower Lip Clay Mask, the Lip Drip P. Louise in the shade Watch Me Glow. And yeah, I kind of curled my hair with the straighteners this morning. I know it still looks like I've just gotten out of bed. I'm not obviously the best at hair, but it is what it is. And yeah, I think that's everything. I will definitely do a palette bingo, so if you are interested, make sure that you stick around and subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.